people. Okay. This is the beginning of the recording, the preparation for the New Year reading for 2025. But it is, of course, applicable to any year or any point in the year where you start again. Just going to cleanse the decks and cleanse the space with an opening prayer. Let's just get the Mpempu, which is a sacred herb here in South Africa. All right. Ancestors and angels, guides and loved ones in spirit, archangels and ascended masters, I call on thee to protect us on this journey, to show us all we need to see. Keep us in the light of the divine spirit that lives within each of us, protecting us and allowing only that which is for our highest good penetrate the veil. Keep us in your grace and guide us safely home into our hearts. So, now that we've cleansed the space, let us look at each of the cards and the stones that are going to draw you in to the pile that you want to pick. But before we do that, it may be a good idea to show you the design of the card so you can see what we're going to be looking at for each pile. So you can see this is going to be a 7-card spread. Card 1 is where you are right now. The upper layer is 2024. The bottom layer is 2025. If you do this for yourself, you can do it at any time during the year or at any old year or new year. And of course, it would then be the past and the future. Where are you right now, or where you are right now? What empowered you in 2024? The main lesson from 2024, and what you must let go of from 2024. As we move into the new year, we look at what your new year hopes are, what your new year fears are, and the main theme that is going to affect you during the coming year or the coming time. So that is what we're going to be looking at. Pile 1, you have got a heart with K2, which is, I've gone blank, I can't remember. It is from a specific region in the Himalayas. It's from the Pakistan K2 mountain, and it's called the K2 crystal. It's made of azurite and granite. You have got the Light Seer's tarot deck, and for each of the piles, we're going to be drawing a signifier card from the wisdom of Hafiz to help you decide. Pile 2, you have got a blue Angelite heart, and the deck we are using for pile 2 is the Star, my favorite tarot deck. And pile 3, you have got a Lunar Quartz heart, beautiful mixture of rose quartz, smoky quartz, and some graphite, I think. And the deck that we are using for pile 3 is the Wandering Star. So let's do a quick shuffle, and we will pick out each signify card for each pile. I will then pause the video so that you can take your time, allow your intuition to guide you, feel into which pile draws you the most. Are you drawn to the crystal? Are you drawn to the deck that we're going to use? Or are you drawn, there's pile 1, seek counsel. Or are you drawn to the signifier card? And a card for pile 2, please. There it is. Engage, trust. And a card for pile 3, please. A card for pile 3. Oh, there it comes. Move forward. So, there are the 3 cards to help you decide. That's pile 1, the Light Seer deck with the K2 heart. And let me bring this card up so you can have a nice look at it. Seek counsel. Pile 2, the beautiful Angelite heart with the Star Tarot deck, and engage, trust. And pile 3, the beautiful Lunar Quartz heart, and move forward. I will leave you for a few seconds to choose your deck. Hello, lovely pile 1. We're going to choose your 7 cards. You've got the K2 heart and seek counsel. We'll find out more about that. There is the signifier, where you are right now. Lovely card. Now let's get your 3 2024 cards, and oh, there's 2 of them. Oh dear, okay. What empowered you? Your main lesson from 2024. And we need to know what you must let go of. Let's see. Oops, these cards are there. What you must let go of. Maybe a time. Okay, I won't say anything. Let's have a look at 2025. Your New Year hopes. Your New Year fears. And the main theme for your 2025. Oh, that's too many. There you are. Nice. Nice. So, okay. On the surface, this card looks as if you've got it made, as if you have the perfect life, the rainbow-filled life with all your dreams come through, all your cups are filled. It's almost too good to be true. And you may be feeling that it's almost like you don't trust this place where you are, this place of contentment, and I won't say perfection because nothing is perfect, but there is this place of contentment that you've reached. But underlying it, there may be a slight feeling of too good to be true. And this may come from a pretty tough 2024. This is a year that really broke your heart in many ways. It may have been a physical loss, could have been the loss of a loved one, could have been the loss of a job, could have been the loss of a lifestyle. It could be a divorce. It could be even the loss of your dreams. It could have, it's really broken your heart. But this is in the position of what empowered you. And why you need to trust this feeling that your life is exactly where it's meant to be right now is because this is what empowered you. All the suffering, all the struggle, everything that you went through in 2024 is what has given you, which is what has brought you to this point where you can start to trust that feeling of having arrived. Maybe your life is not what you imagined it to be, but it may be the life you need rather than the life you want. And the main lesson in 2024 was about the importance of family, the importance of tradition, the importance of passing on from one generation to the other. And it is actually also about how quickly our life progresses. The point from child to adulthood to old age happens in the blink of an eye. And that is perhaps all of this grief, all of this suffering that you experienced in 2024 has given you a new perspective on how short life really is and how important the little things, the ordinary things in life are, the ordinary joys. And this is a sense of contentment that you're feeling. This is a sense of being exactly where you're meant to be. It has come from this lesson that 2024 has brought you with all of the struggles and all of the suffering that you've had to go through. And what you need to let go of is the Three of Wands is constantly looking over the horizon. She's looking in new directions. She's waiting for something new, waiting for her ships to come in. And what you need to let go of is perhaps you had all these plans, all these hopes, all these dreams, but they are taking your vision, taking your sight away from what you actually do have. This life which is full of contentment, full of happiness. It's maybe not a big glamorous Kardashian style life, but it is a life that brings joy. It is a life that we all walk this path of an ordinary life. And it's about letting go of these dreams of something better on the horizon, something better over the horizon. And it is about finding joy and finding contentment and being happy with where you are right now. And that is what 2024 was all about for you, Power One. It was about learning that through loss, through suffering, we learn to appreciate the little ordinary things in life. And we have been able, or we are going to be able, to let go these big fancy dreams, these big fancy wishes of what is over the horizon, when in actual fact, we have the contentment within us right now, right at this moment. And 2025, let's move into the future and see this state of contentment. How is 2025 going to be for you? Our hopes, Two of Swords. In some way, there's been a difficult decision to make. You're either waiting for a decision or you yourself have to make a decision. But you feel almost not incapable, but you feel that you don't know enough to make that decision. And 2025 is going to bring for you an unraveling of the confusion and of the doubt. If you're waiting for somebody else to make a decision, they are going to make that decision. And if you feel that you need more information to make the decision yourself, you're going to get the information you need. Your eyes, the scales are going to fall off your eyes, and you are going to be able to make the decision that allows you to move forward and to embrace the state of being that you are currently experiencing. Your fears. You may feel that your progress is too slow. Pentacles is about material success, material rewards. And the Knights are usually fast and furious and a little bit reckless. But the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, wins the race. And your fear may be that things are moving too slowly. And that could be related to this decision that you have to make, that you feel that you can't move forward into the new year until this decision has been made, or until you yourself make that decision. And this fear of things not happening fast enough is, you may feel it as a fear, but it actually may be working in your favor, because sometimes when you need to make a decision, you do need that time to reflect, and you do need time to allow more information to come in. And when the decision happens, it will be based on a solid, steady foundation, rather than on something that can easily be undercut. And your main theme for 2025 is the most beautiful way to end this reading, because you are going to discover just how strong you truly are. You are going to be able to tame all those doubts, all those fears, all the sorrows, the griefs, the losses, and you are going to be able to build a future. You're going to be able to underpin this sense of having the life that you want, or having the life that you need. Your inner strength is going to blossom, and it is going to grow, and it is going to give you the power, the self-mastery to build on this throughout 2025. And that is a beautiful way to move into the new year, to know that no matter what the trials and tribulations and the struggles of 2024 were, you have learned the lesson of appreciating what you have. You have learned not to yearn for things that are out of your reach. You know that the decision will be made, and you know that it's not being stuck. It is about taking careful, cautious, slow progress into the future. And all of this is creating within you a strength to be able to face 2025 with a knowledge that you are exactly where you are meant to be, and that within your life you have everything that you actually need, even if you don't have everything that you want. So much love. Hello, lovely pile 2. So we are going to look at your 7 cards. Let's start with where you are right now. And we're going to look at your 2024. I think those 2. And that one looks like it's desperate to come out, and that one too. And 2 more cards, please. There you are, those 2. No, that one definitely wants to come out. And a quick shuffle, another shuffle. Let's see. That one. There you are. So, where you are right now. Oh, nice. Strong. This card came out in Power 1 as well. The Strength card. It came out as a main theme for 2025. How interesting. So if you were drawn to Power 1, you may want to read that, watch that before you watch Power 2. But let's see what the message is in Power 2. So 2024, what empowered you? Ah, nice. And the 10 of Cups came out. This is unbelievable. The 10 of Cups came out in Power 1 as well, in this position. in the central position. How unusual. Wow. Okay, let's move on. The main lesson from 2024, Knight of Pentacles. I can't believe it. The Knight of Pentacles came out in pile 1 as well. And it's a different deck, different shuffling. Goodness me. I almost feel that you must read pile 1 first and then come to pile 2. Unbelievable. And the main lesson from 2024 is the 10 of Wands. Nice, okay. Letting down your burdens. Moving on to 2025, your New Year hopes, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, don't we all hope that the universe will be good to us? And your New Year's fears, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And the main theme for 2025. Oh, okay. Interesting. 3 tens. Oh my goodness. 3 tens and 2 eights. Look at that. Okay. Let's put all of this together now. So right now you're feeling strong. You feel that you've mastered a whole lot of challenges that have built your inner strength, that have given you courage, that have allowed you to move, to evolve forward into a stronger person. This is such a beautiful card, because notice how this strength, the sign of infinity around the heart, this inner strength that you've gained through the challenges of 2024 has allowed you to almost have an ability of infinite compassion and love, not only for others, but for yourself as well. Beautiful place to be. 10 of Cups. What empowered you is 2024 for you brought you an awareness of the life that you want to lead, what brings you contentment. It taught you what is important to you, what brings you peace. Can you see the little dove of peace there? This is about going back to the basics to find your joy. And that ability to find joy in small things, to find joy in everyday things, has been part of what's built your strength. Because life isn't always great excitement. We have the valleys and we have the highs and we have the lows, but a lot of life is just the plateau. And this gift that 2024 brought you of learning to enjoy just the bare essentials, the fundamentals of life, family, friends, food on the table, a roof over your head, that has really given you a sense of strength and empowerment. And the main lesson, the Knight of Pentacles. Of all the Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is steady. He's slow. Sometimes, because the Knight energy is quite a fast energy, but the Knight of Pentacles almost feels stagnant. But in this situation, the lesson here has been that being slow and steady and not moving along at a fast pace, rush, 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 is also something that is to be valued. It is taking the time out from a tumultuous, rushed, distracted life to actually look around you and see how full all your cups are. And that has been the main lesson that you've learned in 2024, of really being able to slow down and appreciate what is there right in front of you in the reality of your current world. And what you need to let go of is somehow you feel that you've been carrying a terrible burden. In a way, I feel it's a burden of expectations. Perhaps it's society's expectations, perhaps it's parental expectations, family expectations. More likely, it's the expectations you place on yourself. And in some way, as 2024 comes to an end, you are learning to let go this heavy burden that you've been carrying of what's expected of you. And you're learning to just enjoy what is and to slow down and really appreciate it. And this is what is giving you the sense of feeling strong, and so strong inside yourself that your heart is just opened with this infinite love for all that is and all that you yourself are. And as we move into 2025, your New Year hopes, the Wheel of Fortune, it brings, this is the unknown destiny that awaits us. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. And what I'm sensing here is that you're fully aware that you can't control life. You're fully aware that you can act and you can do, but the outcome is not yours to decide. You need to show up, you need to do the work, you need to learn to appreciate what you've got, you need to let go the burden of carrying all the weight of expectation. And at the end of the day, it is the wheel of destiny that will spin and spin. But you know that you have the strength, whether the wheel lands upright for you or not in 2025. Going into 2025, you know that you're going to be able to handle whatever this coming year brings. Your fears, though, what are your fears? Again, Pentacles, to do with the material world. This is about mastery. The Eight of Pentacles is about gaining so much experience in whatever it is that you become a master at your task. And taking it in context of these other cards, perhaps your fear is that this strength that you've gained through the slowing down, through this putting down of expectations, either your own or other people's, this learning to look around and appreciate the cups that you have in your hand, but knowing at the same time that while you can do everything you can, there is a certain amount of universal intervention, divine intervention, that brings results that you just have to learn to cope with. And your fears for 2025 may be that although you feel strong, although you know that you've grown and you've learned and your strength is built and your heart has opened, there may be a lurking fear that you haven't quite reached the level of self-mastery that you think you have right now. And that is a fear, that is not a reality. The reality is this is where you are, strength. But whatever happens in 2025 will test the strength. And there is that fear that you will not have reached the level of mastery that you think you have. But right now, you will cope with whatever 2025 brings you, because the lesson that you learned, the slow and steady, this appreciating what you have, this putting down of the expectations that push you so hard, you do have. You don't need to have this fear, but it is there. But you have the strength. Whatever 2025 Wheel of Fortune brings you, you will have the strength, even though you fear that you may not have that mastery that you have worked so hard to gain during 2024. And the main theme of 2025 is moving away from the past. It is moving into peaceful waters. You can see it is almost like, oh, I've got goosebumps looking at this card with the orcas guiding this either a person or a body. This is almost like 2024 is gone, and you're now transitioning. You're moving away from all the struggles of 2024, and you are going on a new journey that is going to take you to unknown lands where a beautiful sun is rising, and the spirit of the whale is going to guide you to those new mountains, to that new sun, to that new beginning in 2025. What a beautiful thing to look forward to as you go into 2025. A beautiful new beginning that you have the strength and the courage to deal with whatever this journey brings. Every journey has obstacles. Every journey has ups and downs. But you do have the strength and the great heart to accompany these beautiful orcas on their journey into that new dawn. So much love, Pile 2, and all the best for 2025. Hello, lovely Pile 3. We're using the Wandering Star Tarot for you. And it's so interesting because the last card in reading 3 was the Six of Swords, which is all about moving forward. So here you have the Lunar Quartz heart, and your signifier is about moving forward, which is a lovely way to begin a reading for the end of an old year and the beginning of a new year. So let's have a look at where you are right now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I've just said that the last card in Pile 2 was the Six of Swords, all about moving forwards, and that is exactly where you are. I actually have a feeling that these 3 readings are progressive readings, because there were cards in Pile 2 that were in Pile 1, and now the very first card in Pile 3 was the last card in Pile 2. So if Pile 1 or 2 did draw you as well, call to you, it might be a good idea to watch them as well. And before you watch this, maybe start Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. How interesting. Moving on. Look there. Moving on. And that says moving forward. Goodness. So that is where you are right now. You are moving forward into 2025. Brand new adventure of discovery. And let's look back at, oh goodness, that jumped out in a hurry. 4 of Cups, that is what empowered you in 2024. What was the main lesson of 2024? That little card over there seems to be quietly picking out. 9 of Swords, the main lesson. Interesting lesson. And what you must let go of as we leave 2024 behind us. I think it's that card. What you must let go of. Okay. All right, now we move forward to 2025 and we look at your hopes for the new year. For 2025, what are your hopes? Let's see, that card's calling me. Nice, and how fascinating. This 10 of Cups has come up in every single reading. And they're all linked. There's no getting away from it. All of these readings are linked. It's almost a progression. Ooh, quite uncanny. That's your hopes. 2025, and let's have a look at your fears for 2025. Here's your fears. And your main theme. Okay, so where you are right now, you're moving forward into 2025, looking forward to a voyage of discovery, to exploring new avenues and new pathways. And that is a beautiful place to be at the beginning of a new year. And this is perhaps coming from the fact that what empowered you in 2024 is that you had time to reassess your dreams. You almost, it might have been a busy year, but on some level you probably took a step back and really thought about what was being offered to you, the opportunities that were coming up, and the fact that there were so many opportunities offered to you allowed you to dream of new possibilities, of moving forward, to take up one of these opportunities. There may have been a bit of boredom in 2024, but that boredom may have allowed you the space to think about what you really want to move forward to in 2025. The main lesson from last year was not to worry so much, especially about things you can't control. This is not so much worry and anxiety for the self. This is a lot of anxiety and worry about external stuff. See, those swords are not in her, they are around her. This is about worry about other people. This is about worry about what's happening in the world. This is worry about things that you can't control. And that is the main lesson. You can't control everything. You can't worry about everything because it will drive you into an absolute state of mental anxiety. And that is your main lesson that you are walking away from 2024 with. Boredom can be good. All these opportunities, this having to step back and really think about what you want as you go into 2025, it was also a distraction from worrying too much about what you cannot control. We are called on to act. We are called on to do what we need to do, what our soul calls us to do. But we also need to accept that we cannot control everything, and therefore it's a waste of time and energy actually being anxious or worrying about stuff that we can't control, even including the rewards of our own efforts. It's been a hard lesson for me to learn that all I can do is show up every day at the desk and write. But once that book goes out there, it doesn't help me worrying about what happens to it, who reads it, who doesn't read it. And this is what this Nine of Swords is saying. Do what you have to do, but don't worry about things that you cannot control. The only thing you can control is how you react and what you actually do. Anything else, not your problem. And the main lesson from 2024 is the Queen of Pentacles. This is an energy that's very solid, very stable, a nurturer, very loyal, very loving, very regal, values the ordinary things in life, quite a grounded person. If you're a royal watcher of the British royal family, this would be Catherine, Princess of Wales, solid, reliable, and maybe what you need to let go of is being the one who's there for everybody. You are only responsible for your own actions, for your own reactions, for your own thoughts. You cannot be there for everybody else. You cannot be everything to everybody else. And that is what you need to let go of in 2024. You were trying so hard to be everything to everybody, to be the reliable one, to be the loyal one, to be the one that everybody depends on. That it might have just increased your anxiety levels. And that is something you need to let go of. Do the best you can, but you are not responsible for other people's happiness. And that is something that is going to stay behind you in 2024. In 2025, you are going to move into a new path of discovery. You're going to move on. And your hopes for 2025 is that all this effort that you've put into, all this effort of being the one that everybody can depend on and relies on and worrying about everybody else, this shows up as the 10 of Cups, which is a life, it's the best of lives. It's a life of contentment, of prosperity, of joy, of family. It is a card that is the ultimate of emotional stability. And that is what you hope continues in 2025. Your fears, though, are that this anxiety, interesting, you see you've got the Nine of Swords and you've got the Knight of Swords above and below the center card, which is where you are right now. And as a matter of fact, look how interesting that is. This whole center row is all swords. So swords, of course, is mental. So a lot of this anxiety is created in the mind. It may not be the reality of it, because the Four of Cups also has a little bit of illusion around it. Although it is offering dreams and opportunities, some of those dreams and opportunities can be a little bit illusionary. And when it's not real and solid, it can create anxiety. So how much of those dreams and opportunities are in your mind? And it's probably something to do, because there's cups and cups. How interesting. Oh, look at this. I've just seen the pattern. Cups and cups, swords, 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 pentacles, pentacles. So this is emotional. This is mental. And this is in the body. This adds a different dimension to this reading. So what empowered you in 2024 was this yearning for this emotional, all these emotional opportunities of happiness and joy and contentment. And you wanting that family prosperity and contentment and the ultimate best of the best family. I don't want to say illusion, but this experience of this wonderful contentment to continue in 2024. But you are moving on. Life is moving on. And the lesson you learned in 2024 of the too much mental anxiety, too much mental worry about all these emotions and this whole family thing. Too much. You need to move away from it. Your fears for 2025 is that is going to continue. That those anxieties, those mental highs and lows around other people's concerns and traumas, and whether it is personal family or whether it is in the greater world, your fears are that those highs and lows and this conflict is going to continue, and that it is going to undermine and almost diminish this ideal that you're carrying forward, that you're hoping will continue in 2025. And those are your fears, that this wonderful sense of how you ended the year is going to dissipate in amongst the worries and the anxieties and the highs and the lows. But the main theme for 2025 is a beautiful way to put those worries to rest, because the Six of Pentacles is all about generations. It's about passing on knowledge from the old generations to the younger generations. It's about giving and receiving of family love. It is about keeping things in balance. It's about not being too worried, but not being too detached. It's about having the dreams and the hopes for the family, or for the collective, or for your tribe, whatever you consider family. And family could be society as a whole. But it is about keeping things in balance, never being too worried, but never being too detached. Don't have too many illusions, but also don't look too deeply into the nitty-gritty, shadowy corners of the environment. Because reality is really not those extremes. It's somewhere in the middle. And this is what the Six of Pentacles is telling us. It's that the main theme for 2025 is learning to bring this whole concept of what am I responsible for, what must I worry about, what are my hopes and dreams for my family, whatever your family consists of. It's about being reliable and being loyal, but not to the extent that you exclude your own needs and your own ambitions and your own dreams and your own adventures of discovery. The Six of Pentacles is about keeping everything in balance, and it is about drawing from the past so that you can create a new future. And that is where you are right now. You are learning about taking what is best from the past, and 2025 is going to see you transmute that into a new future, into a new path, into a new dawn. An exciting year ahead, and hopefully one that sees this beautiful sense of contentment that you've worked so hard for continuing. And that is your main theme as you go eagerly into 2025, pile 3. So much love, and have a wonderful 2025.